This is Patrick Ryan with Sotheby's International Realty again, coming to you from Pacific Grove with another neighborhood profile spotlight. Right now we're in downtown Pacific Grove, right at the corner of Forest and Lighthouse, which is basically the center of downtown. It's going to be a little bit noisy this morning because everybody's waking up and getting their things done. So I'm starting with my office behind you, right at the corner of Forest and Lighthouse, which is Sotheby's International Realty. So Lighthouse is the main drag in downtown Pacific Grove. It's where all the restaurants are, where all the shopping is. You have the library here, the gas station, the movie theater, coffee shops, everything that you would expect in a downtown of a small town. Forest is the street that goes from the ocean up to Highway 68. Downtown is bordered by Lighthouse Avenue, although I think it really should go up a little bit closer to Pine. But officially it's Lighthouse to the ocean, Monterey to Del Monte Avenue. So early morning, everybody's just waking up, getting coffee. Early morning risers are going to get their breakfast at Toasties or the Little Red House. Tons of restaurants here. You got the Monarch Pub, you've got Passion Fish, you've got Poppy Hall, you've got Wild Fish, you've got Peppers, you have Thai food, you have the international cuisine, Victoria's breakfast, the Victorian Aliotos, the Victorian house, where you get great breakfast. So let's explore a little bit and hit some highlights of downtown and show the cute houses. This is where all the historical homes are, built in the early 1800s. So, all right, on to our next spot. Alrighty, so we are up a bit from Lighthouse, between Lighthouse and Laurel. This is Fandango's, which is a very, very good restaurant for a special night out. Very romantic. Here's Grove Market. So if you buy a home down in downtown Pacific Grove, once you get here, you don't have to drive. You have Grove Market, which has an amazing butcher and probably the best pork chops I've ever had, and I'm not a big pork chop fan. But you have your grocery store right across the street on Forest. Let's bring it down. Oops, there we go. Pavel's Bakery. Now they are on a week vacation, but this is one of the best bakeries around. When they're open, you got to get there early, and there's always a line. And when they run out, they run out. It is sugary delights. But Grove Market is an institution in Pacific Grove. Been here for ages. And like I said, cool little local market and just a great butcher. So this is Forest, just up from Lighthouse. Oops, let's bring this down. We're gonna head down a little bit and head to one of the parks. So, okay, we are now in Jewel Park, which is a little park on the corner of Forest and Central and Pacific Grove. Downtown Pacific Grove is a lot like, to me, a mini San Francisco. You have all these amazing little Victorian homes that are crammed together with small backyards, if at all. A lot of them don't have garages. They're built in the 1800s, early 1900s. A lot of them have historical plaques, but it's a lot like San Francisco. This park is bordered by, you have the museum behind me, which is a cool little museum. And around the other side here, there behind me is the Pacific Grove Library, and it's a Carnegie Library. Just went through a huge remodel, and I'm the current president of the Pacific Grove Rotary, and we donated, I think it was around 20 grand for it to help remodel it and bring it up to date. So everything that you would need is in downtown Pacific Grove. The library, the museum, the post office, the movie theater, the grocery store. Like I said, once you're here, you don't need to drive anywhere else. But let's go take a look at some of the homes that are down here, because that's where the charm really comes in. And as a realtor, that's what I'm all about, is finding you a home to live down here, or if you live here and you're moving away to live with the grandkids, help you sell your home. So let's go look at a few. Okay. All right, here's some examples of the homes in downtown Pacific Grove. And if you look, let me zoom in, you can see the plaque on this home. This one was built in 1891 by Margaret Porter. So all of the homes here that have plaques are historical. So let's zoom back out. We're now heading down Forest towards Lover's Point, which is the park right on the water. There's the Beach House restaurant there. There's a little hamburger grill there. There's a little protected beach, a little pool, a little volleyball court, and it's where Pacific Grove celebrates the Feast of Lanterns in August with a fireworks show over the ocean, which is gorgeous. Across the Monterey Bay there, you're looking towards Santa Cruz, Watsonville area, but this is what downtown PG is like. These little alleyways, these amazing homes. Some of them are duplexes, some of them are apartment complexes. Let's get out of the road so I don't get hit. And the charm here is off the hook. So why wouldn't you want to live here? Okay. Downtown. One cool little thing about the homes down here near Lover's Point is you have these, there's about 5 of them, these little, I don't even know what you call them. They're like Southwestern style homes. They're really cute inside, they're really teeny, but it doesn't matter because you're so close to the water and to Lover's Point, which is right here. So there's Lover's Point Park off in the distance. This is the rec trail here where people walk and run. They head to Monterey. Excuse me, watching for cars. It's a beautiful morning. It's a little windy, but that's okay. Not too bad. It's the time of year when the weather is slightly changing, and it looks like there's some people down there swimming. That would be cold. I don't know if I'd like that. But this is Lover's Point. There's the Beach House restaurant, which is great food and a wonderful place to eat and a wonderful place to have a nice dinner. Looking back at Pacific Grove, back up to Forest. That road, like I said, goes all the way up the hill to Highway 68, which takes you to Highway 1 to Carmel. That's looking at the morning sun heading towards Monterey. And this is just paradise. So let's go. Okay, right now we are on 16th Street, getting off Ocean View. This is a quieter street, one-way street. There's quite a few of the one-way streets down here. And this is what reminds me of San Francisco, the one-way streets. But so here's a home with a historical plaque, built in 1903, and there's an Erdley Street here. I've sold quite a few homes down in this area. All of them, well, some of them historic. One has been remodeled. Okay. Sorry about that. I wanted to take a break. That truck was just sitting there. Look at this home. How's that? Built in 1906. How'd you like to live there? And there's Lover's Point down the street. Not too shabby. That home built in 1913. I think that's more of a duplex. Hey, kitty cat. All right. We are crossing 19th Street, heading towards Caledonia Park. This house right here, this yellow one I just sold. And clients that bought it mentioned that, and they're doing some remodeling, mentioned that they've never slept in a place that's more quiet at night. And that doesn't surprise me because this is a quiet town. So this is Caledonia Park. Stretches down there towards the Sally Griffith Center, which is an activity center for adults. And this is a popular park for little kids. It's quiet right now, But in the weekend, you'll hear the laughter and joy of kids playing in the playground. There's a little basketball court over there where people do Tai Chi. And sometimes you see a bunch of moms with their strollers exercising. And on the other side of that is the Lighthouse. Not the Lighthouse, I'm sorry, is Lighthouse Avenue, but is the post office. So once again, if you had a home in downtown Pacific Grove, you would be walking everywhere. It's a very healthy lifestyle. You don't need a car. Okay, I'm switching this around. I was saying, if you have a home down here, you don't need a car. You just walk everywhere because you can. And it's a very healthy lifestyle. Weather is usually good most of the year. You'll get some fog in June. Here comes a car. Never too hot, never too cold. Sometimes it can get windy, but overall, it's very outdoor friendly. People love it here. The energy is so positive. And you know, if you're having a bad day, you just go down to the ocean and your bad day's gone. So once again, thanks for joining me. We're going to continue this tour of the neighborhoods of Pacific Grove. My name is Patrick Ryan. I'm a real estate broker associate with Sotheby's International Realty. My phone number is 831-238-8116. Email address patrick.ryan@sotheby'shomes.com. And if you want to ask me any questions about here, living down here on the Monterey Peninsula, Pacific Grove, Monterey, Pebble Beach, Carmel, Seaside, out on Highway 68, give me a ring, shoot me an email. Be happy to help you, answer your questions. A lot of people are looking to move down here. They just don't know the area that well. And there's all these micro neighborhoods that it pays to explore, and it pays to have someone who knows what the heck they're doing down here. So anyways, thanks for joining me. I'm going to sign off and look forward to the next one. I'm not sure what neighborhood I'm going to do next, but we'll wrap them all up in PG. See you later.